Welcome back to Gokusondbz. This is a new top 10 overpriced list. Now, some stuff may have gone up a little bit more since I put together this list, but this is a new top 10 overpriced list. This time, looking at overpriced Sega Dreamcast games, and boy, are they getting pricey. So, with that said, first honorable mentions. Um, the original Power Stone, a interesting arena style 3D fighting game exclusive originally to the Dreamcast. On average, it is going for anywhere from $60 to $100 now. So yeah, it's definitely gone up quite a bit. Also, you have uh, Jet Grind Radio, also known as Jet Set Radio in Japan. On average, it's now going for $50 to $80 for Jet Grind Radio. Um, Next, Capcom versus SNK 2. Japanese only, of course. Never got an American release, unfortunately, in the Dreamcast. On average, it goes for $50 to $100, $50 to $80. Less of the honorable mentions. We're going to more the SNK side of things. Kina Fighters Evolution, which is considered to be the definitive way to play KOF 99. On average, Evolution is now going for $50 to $80. So yeah, it's arguably one of the more expensive King of Fighter games ever. Coming in at number 10, and by the way, Capcom is going to control a good chunk of this list. Coming at number 10 is the American version of Street Fighter 3 Double Impact, which of course was a double, obviously double impact, or two games rather. Of course, it include both New Generation and also Second Impact. Street Fighter 3 Double Impact on average is going anywhere from $80 to $130 now, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Then we have coming at number 9, which honestly stuns me. Coming at number 9 is technically two different games, both going for around the same regions. Coming at number 9 is between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis Dreamcast ports. They are anywhere going from $80 to $130, depending on condition, or sorry, $80 to $180. So yeah, it varies though. I am starting to see stuff even maybe pop up towards 200 now on eBay, which is ridiculous to think ports of RE2 and 3 classics, and I think it's partially because of the remakes and stuff is the reason why the price is going up, especially given Dreamcast is considered to be the best ports of both games. Coming at number 8, we of course stick with Capcom. Number 10 was Capcom, number 9 was Capcom, now number 8 also Capcom. Is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, of course. Believe it or not, Third Strike, depending on condition, can run anywhere from $100 to $200 now for Third Strike, which is ridiculous. But then again, when you think about it, the Dreamcast was the only console that actually got official normal releases of the Street Fighter 3 games. The only way you could play them on other platforms are digital or in collections. These are literally the only original ways you can play Street Fighter 3 games, which explains the prices. Um, Coming at number 7 is definitely a game I've been aware about for a long time. Prices have been really going up. Coming at number 7, on average, is going for $110 to $200. Is a on-rail shooter called Gigawing. It is definitely a game I've been know about for a long time. That's definitely very expensive, though you can get it a little bit more reasonable price if you import from Japan. I believe from Japan you can get the game for maybe $40 or $50, so you can get it for less than half the price if you import. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't really have to worry too much about English dubbing and stuff since it's an on-rail shooter like most fine games. Coming in at number 6, this was kind of a surprise to me. Coming in number 6, again from Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes. But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is in 6th place. And by the way, this isn't even the most expensive version console release of the game. The most expensive version is on the PS2, believe it or not. Even though it's considered to be like the most inferior version. But with that said, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on average is going anywhere, depending on condition, acceptable and stuff range starting at about $120. And if you want mid condition, you're looking upwards of from 120 to 250. That's right. It's insane how much Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is going for. Marvel vs. Capcom, the original, is actually going for nowadays, is going for like $60 and $70 range. So it's definitely gone up some. Not nearly as high as 2, because it's like the most high in demand of the Versus series. But coming at number 5 is a game I'm definitely no stranger to. It's a game that, if you had a chance back in the day to get for a reasonable price, you should have taken advantage. Coming at number 5 is arguably the best, in my opinion, RPG on the Dreamcast. Coming at number 5 is Skies of Arcadia. On average, Skies of Arcadia is running anywhere from $150 to upwards of $280. So yeah, Skies of Arcadia has become very expensive. It's also insanely expensive on the GameCube. Though the GameCube version had only in the last year has shot through the roof for, as it's called, Legends. The original Dreamcast version has been going up a lot slowly over time. It has not been something that just spiked. It's been going for a lot for a while now. And I see it only going up more and more. Because that seems to be a thing I've noticed with games that go up in price. RPGs are one of the top that go up. Surprisingly, though, fine games have been going up a lot too. And survival horror games. But coming at number 4, again, we go to Capcom with a very unique sequel to the great fighter from the PS1 called Rival Schools. We go to its great sequel on the Dreamcast, which is called Project Justice. One of the most interesting and unique fighting games I have ever played, I will say. Um, on average, Project Justice is going anywhere from $200 to $300 now, which is kind of insane when you think about it, that Project Justice is going for that much money. But to be fair, Rival Schools is now going for like over $100, so it's not really a surprise when you think about it. Coming at number 3 is Power Stone 2. Power Stone 1, like I said, is on average going for around like the 70-100 range, which is still a good amount. But Power Stone 2 has really shot up. Power Stone 2 is ranging anywhere from $200 to $350, which is bonkers if you ask me. You're a lot better off just getting the Power Stone collection on the PSP. In my opinion, it's by far the cheapest route to go. Um, or unless you want to import from Japan, but even the Japanese version is going for over $100 now. Um, Next, we have at number 2 is one of the most unique games ever. I put 2 different price ranges because even the Japanese version is going for a lot now. Um, and coming at number 2 is a very unique game, again from Capcom. Revolves around main character being Charlie Nash. The Japanese version of the game is going for between $100 to $150 on average for Cannon Spike. However, the American version is ranging from anywhere from like $250 to $400. I don't know what the heck has happened. Like 5 years ago, you could probably find Cannon Spike for about $100, which is still very expensive, but now it's going for like over twice to upwards of 4 times the price just from about 5 years ago. Coming in number one has no rival. Already talked about the first game, ranked at number 7, which was going from 100 to 200. But then we have number one, the most expensive on-rail shooter game I think of any console that I know of. Coming number one is Giga Wing 2. Now, if you want the Japanese version of this game, you're probably looking at $150 to $200 for the Japanese version. You want the American version? You're looking at anywhere from $350 to $500 for Giga Wing 2. Like I said, it is arguably the most expensive on-rail shooter of all time. That I know of anyways. But with that said, leave a comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are on the prices of Dreamcast games. Are really going through the roof in the last few years, along with the GameCube. These are the two main consoles right now that they seem to be skyrocketing in price. And take my word, I recommend trying to get on board and start collecting for things like the Wii U right now, while you can still get a good amount of games at reasonable prices. Because if there's anything I've learned about flopping consoles, especially look at the Saturn, the roughness of the GameCube, as well as the prices and stuff for the Dreamcast, the Wii U is going to be the next console like that. They're going to have insanely overpriced games. And the Wii U already has one game going for almost $300, so that being like a Devil's Third. But with that said, that is 10 arguably of the most expensive Sega Dreamcast games. Stay tuned, hopefully you enjoyed the music in the background, and stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time.